So, madam, we were talking about bloating and formation of gases. Sir, many traditions have that in mind that they give बाळकडू किंवा ग्राईप वॉटर, म्हणजे मोठे सांगतात की ग्राईप वॉटर दे, तर चालू करतात. सो इज दिस अ करेक्ट प्रॅक्टिस की नाही दिलं पाहिजे?
खूपच अवघड प्रश्न आहे, कारण अजूनही अनेक लोकांना असं वाटतं की बाळकडू दिल्याशिवाय बाळ वाढणंच शक्य नाही. म्हणजे ते केवळ त्याच्या गॅससाठी देतात असं नाही, म्हणजे वाढीसाठी सुद्धा देतात. आणि ग्राईप वॉटर सुद्धा तसंच. आणि खूप छान छान जाहिराती वगैरे पण त्याच्यासारख्या येतच राहतात अजून सुद्धा, आणि सगळ्यांना ते खूप आवडतं. तर का द्यायचं नाही आहे नक्की. ऑफकोर्स का द्यायचं नाही हा फक्त प्रश्न असतो लोकांनी विचारलेला. तर अर्थातच खरं म्हणजे त्याची गरज नसते. बाळाची वाढ हे आईचं दूध पिऊन छान होत असते. काहीही बाळाला दुसरं देण्याची गरजच नसते त्याची वाढ होण्यासाठी. दुसरी गोष्ट, बाळाला हे गॅस होणं खूपदा मला विचारतात की आता किती दिवस होणार आहेत गॅस, त्याच्यापेक्षा देऊनच टाकलेलं बरं. म्हणजे कधी कधी काय नसतं झालेलं तरी पण देऊन टाकतात बाळकडून आणि ग्राईप वॉटर. तर नक्कीच काही तुम्हाला रोग झाला तर औषध घ्या, नाहीतर त्याची काही गरज नाही आहे. आणि मग बाळकडू आणि ग्राईप वॉटर हे चांगलं औषध असू शकतं का? असेल. आपल्या पूर्वीच्या लोकांनी काही चांगल्या गोष्टी, काही चांगली तत्व वापरून वनस्पतींमधली या काही गोष्टी केल्या. पण आज आपला जमाना असा आहे की त्या कशा रीतीने बनवलं जातं, त्याच्यामध्ये नक्की काय घातलं जातं, आणि त्यांच्यावरती खरोखरच मेडिसिन म्हणून कोणी बघतच नाही. त्यामुळे कुठलं मेडिसिन म्हणून त्यांच्यावर कंट्रोलसुद्धा नाही आहे. आणि म्हणून मग आम्हाला खूप भीती वाटते की या गोष्टी दिल्यामुळे उलट दुसरेच काही प्रॉब्लेम्स, आणि बघतो आम्ही काही मुलं की ज्याच्यामुळे मुख्यतः इन्फेक्शन होण्याचे खूप चान्सेस असतात त्याच्यानं, कारण कुठूनही ते आलेलं असतं, कसंही ठेवलेलं असतं. ही एक गोष्ट. आणि दुसरं म्हणजे की कुठला तरी अननोन टॅबलेट कशासाठी द्यायचं आपण? अगदी तुम्हाला खूपच गॅस होतोय त्याच्यासाठी खूपच वेगवेगळ्या उपाययोजना तुम्ही करू शकता त्याच्यासाठी. त्यामुळे नक्कीच बाळकडू आणि ग्राईप वॉटर आमचा कुठलाही फार मोठा विरोध आहे या सगळ्या गोष्टींसाठी सर्व डॉक्टरांचा असं नसून आम्हाला तुमच्या बाळाची खूप काळजी आहे. आणि म्हणून आम्ही नक्कीच सांगतो की या गोष्टींमधनं जे वेगवेगळ्या प्रॉब्लेम्स निर्माण होऊ शकतील आणि खरं म्हणजे त्यांची गरजच जर नसेल तर मग न दिलेलं जास्ती बरं.
त्याच्यापेक्षा व्यवस्थित वर्क केलेलं
जास्ती बरं. वर्क करा. किंवा कधी कधी बाळाला तुम्ही रेग्युलरली जर बाळाची पोझिशन बदलली ना, ते सिम्पल गोष्ट सुद्धा बाळाला खूप उपयोगी पडते. की कधी पोटावर झोपवा, कधी थोडं इन्क्लाइन पोझिशनमध्ये सरळ झोपवा, कधी कुशीला करून झोपवा, आणि बाळाला खूप मजा येते असं वेगवेगळ्या पोझिशनमध्ये तुम्ही त्यांना झोपवलं की. तर त्याच्यामुळे सुद्धा होतं. म्हणजे बाळ जर झाल्या कधी कधी असं होतं की दूध पिणं झाल्या बाळ नाही बर्प करत, तर त्याच्यासाठी पण खूप तुम्हाला मोठं एकदम डिस्ट्रेस होण्याची काही गरज नसते. So many times the baby is not able to burp. So those are the times especially that you have to keep the baby slightly in inclined position. So हवावरतीच येणार ना, त्यामुळे आपोआपच ते बेबीला त्याच्याने छान उपयोग होतो. आणि अगदीच जर काही वेळेला अशा गोष्टी असतात की ज्या बाळाच्या आतून त्याला प्रॉब्लेम असतो, या सगळ्या रिगर्जिटेशन होत असतं आणि म्हणून तो गॅस आणि बाळाला नंतर उलटी होणं हे सुद्धा कधी कधी होऊ शकतं. पण त्याच्यासाठी तुम्ही कृपा करून कोणाचा तरी जर सल्ला घेतलात की हे नक्की कशामुळे होतं आहे, तर नक्कीच तो प्रॉब्लेम जास्ती तशा रीतीने सॉल्व्ह करणं बरं आहे, बाळकडू आणि ग्राईप वॉटर किंवा कुठल्याही अशा प्रकारच्या गोष्टी देण्यापेक्षा.
We can say actually that the perceived need of Balkadu or gripe water for the so-called excessive gases in a baby, that the perceived need is more on the parent side than actually in the baby.
Especially on the grandparents.
Exclusively breastfed
Though I'm a
babies.
grandparent.
Exclusively breastfed babies do produce lots of gas. Know that gas production is a normal phenomenon. It is a sign of digestion being happening. Unless those gases are causing a lot of colicky pain, when the baby will show you the pain by crying, you will of course seek the guidance from your pediatrician. But giving something over the counter, the contents of which that you don't know, just for the sake of giving because somebody's advice, try and avoid that.
सो डॉक्टर अमृता, घरातले मोठे आणि बाकीचे सदस्य नेहमी आईला सांगत असतात, अरे तो डिंकाचा लाडू खा किंवा हे खाऊच नकोस, हे तू नाही खाऊ शकत, तू ब्रेस्टफीड करतेस. तर हे सगळं मिथ आहे की ॲक्च्युली आईवर काही डायटरी रिस्ट्रिक्शन्स असतात?
Okay, another important question. I think all the questions are very important. डायटरी रिस्ट्रिक्शन्स फॉर द मदर म्हणजे आईच्या आहारात पाळले जाणारे किंवा सांगितले जाणारे पथ्य हे सायंटिफिकली वैज्ञानिकरित्या याच्यात काही तथ्य आहे का? मी आधी सांगते तथ्य कशात आहे. दॅट विल ऑटोमॅटिकली आन्सर दिस क्वेश्चन. तथ्य याच्यात आहे की प्रत्येक आईने स्वतःच्या स्तनपानाला सपोर्ट करणारे, स्वतःच्या स्तनपानाला स्टिम्युलेट करणारे असे सगळे आहारातले घटक घ्यायला हवे. असे सगळे आहारातले घटक म्हणजे जे आपण नॉर्मली बॅलन्स्ड जेवण जेवतो,
बरोबर.
जे होम कुक्ड आहे प्रेफरेबली, जे फ्रेश आहे, जे कशातही अति नाही,
बरोबर.
कशातही कमी नाही. सो बेसिकली आपण प्रेग्नंट or not pregnant, lactating or not lactating, we talk about balanced diet. The balanced diet has all the food groups included, again depending on your religious cultures or your beliefs, but it should have all the food groups. So धान्य, कडधान्य, डाळी, दूध आणि दुधाचे पदार्थ, वेगवेगळ्या रंगांच्या सगळ्या टाईपच्या भाज्या, फळं, आणि जर नॉन व्हेजिटेरियन डाएटमध्ये इन्क्लुडेड असेल तर त्यातलं अप्रोप्रिएट. हे सगळं जर तुमच्या डाएटमध्ये योग्य प्रमाणात इन्क्लुडेड असेल, याची डे टू डे फ्रिक्वेन्सी म्हणजे एका आठवड्याभरातनं किती यातले पदार्थ खाल्ले जातात हे याच्याबद्दल तुम्ही माइंडफुल आहात. तुम्ही जंक फूड खात नाही आहात, तुम्ही बाहेरचं तळलेलं खूप मैदा किंवा खूप प्रिझर्वेटिव्ह असलेलं, अतिरिक्त मीठ असलेलं म्हणजे चिप्स वगैरे जे सगळं चमचमीत आणि छान लागतं, हे सगळं जर अतिशय प्रमाणात असेल तर हे बॅलन्स डाएट लॅक्टेशनला म्हणजे स्तनपानाला पूर्णपणे सपोर्ट करतं. असं असेल तर मग आपल्याला कुठली रिस्ट्रिक्शन झाल्याची गरजच नाही. बऱ्याच वेळा नो द फॅक्ट दॅट दीज रिस्ट्रिक्शन्स आर डिफरंट इन डिफरंट कल्चर्स, सो दे आर नॉट वन स्पेसिफिक रिस्ट्रिक्शन. जर ते एक स्पेसिफिक नसेल आणि खूप सारे वेगळे पदार्थ वेगळ्या कल्चर्समध्ये काढले जात असतील आईच्या डाएटमधून, तर त्या लॅक ऑफ दोज फॅक्टर्स त्यातनं येणारी न्यूट्रिशनल डेफिशियन्सी ही सिग्निफिकंट असू शकते. जे आपल्याला नको आहे. म्हणून आम्ही हे एंडोर्स करतो की तुम्ही नेहमी तुमच्या फॅमिली ट्रेडिशनमध्ये तुमच्या रेग्युलर डाएटमध्ये जे खातात ते जस्ट बी माइंडफुल की सगळे फूड ग्रुप्स इन्क्लूड करा, बॅलन्स डाएट खा, वेळोवेळी खा. स्तनपान करणाऱ्या आईला भरपूर एनर्जी लागत असते आणि त्याची स्तनपानामुळे भरपूर एनर्जी खर्च होत असते. त्यामुळे तिने वेळच्या वेळी खाणं, भरपूर पाणी पिणं, आपण फक्त आहाराबद्दल न बोलता आपण पूर्ण आहाराबद्दल बोलूया. सो पूर्ण आहारात अन्न आणि पाणी हे दोन्ही येतात. सो भरपूर पाणी पिणं, स्वतःला व्यवस्थित हायड्रेटेड ठेवणं, पुरेशी झोप घेणं, हे फॅक्टर्स जास्त इम्पॉर्टंट आहेत ना की डायटरी रिस्ट्रिक्शन्स.
व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट.
अगदी छोटीशी एक अजून ह्याच्यात गोष्ट सांगते परत की डायटरी रिस्ट्रिक्शन डेफिनेटली गरज नाही आहे. अगदी बरोबर आहे, डॉक्टर अमृता म्हणली ते अगदी बरोबर आहे. आणि बॅलन्स डाएट जे आईला आधीपासून व्यवस्थित पचत होतं आणि ती खात होती ते तिने चालू ठेवणं नक्कीच गरजेचं आहे. पण खूपदा असं घडतं की बाळाला गॅस झाला, आईने काल ही वांग्याची भाजी खाल्ली म्हणून झालेलं दिसतंय की आईची वांगी बंद होतात. म्हणजे आधी काही रेस्ट्रिक्शन्स घातलेली असतातच आणि शिवाय मग ही रेस्ट्रिक्शन्स येऊ लागतात आणि म्हणजे आईला इतकं गिल्टी सारखं फील केलं जातं की तू हे खाल्लंस ना की बाळाला असं होते, तू हे खाल्लंस ना की असं होते. तर असं पण काही नसतं. जे पण त्यांनी सांगितलं की मुळीच या गोष्टीमुळे असं घडतं असं कोणी कुठेही प्रूव्ह केलेलं नाहीये. त्यामुळे जे काय समतोल आहारामध्ये आईला तुम्हाला द्यायचं आहे की ज्या योगे आईकडे व्यवस्थित छान दूध येईल आणि ती बाळाला देऊ शकेल. तिसरी ह्याच्यातली थोडी गंमत अशी पण असते की थोडंसं आईने कमी खाल्लं किंवा आता आईला बरं होतं त्यामुळे तिने कमी खाल्लं तरी पण नेचर इज सो काइंड टू द बेबी की आईने थोडं कमी खाल्लं असलं तरी बेबीला मात्र व्यवस्थितच दूध मिळतं. म्हणजे ब्रेस्ट मिल्कचा कॉन्टेंट सहसा बदलत नाही आणि ते उलट्या रीतीने पण म्हणून आपल्याला खरं म्हणजे वापरता येतं की आईने खूप सारं तूप खाल्लं आणि खूप सारे डिंकाचे लाडू खाल्ले म्हणून काही खूप सारं त्या बेबीला मस्तपैकी तूप आणि डिंक नाही मिळणार. बेबीला जे ठरवलंय निसर्गाने तेच मिळणार आहे. पण पण आईला ते इतकं जास्त मिळू लागतं की बिचारीला नंतर सारखं जिममध्ये जायला लागतं, कारण तिथं सगळीकडनं असं भरपूर मग ती फॅट अँड सगळं वाढलेलं असतं. त्यामुळे पुन्हा एकदा रेस्ट्रिक्शन्स ॲज वेल ॲज ॲडिशन्स या दोन्ही गोष्टी लोकांनी लागू
Balanced असले पाहिजे.
बॅलन्स असलेले जास्ती बरं.
ॲडिशन्सच्या बाबतीत बोलायचं झालं तर बऱ्याच खास करून आपल्या महाराष्ट्रीयन घरांमध्ये किंवा बाकीच्याही कल्चर्समध्ये काही काही पदार्थ आवर्जून थोडे जास्त खाऊ घातले जातात, कारण ते स्तनपानाला खूप मदत करतात असं समज आहे. मेथ्या असतील, डिंकाचे लाडू असतील, अळीव असतील, काही पदार्थांमध्ये असे गुणधर्म असू शकतात. पण म्हणून अशा कुठल्याही पदार्थांचं अतिसेवन करणं हे आम्ही एन्डॉर्स करत नाही. याला कारण असं आहे की नॉर्मली आपण हे पदार्थ इतके अति खात नाही, त्यामुळे कुठल्याही आईला यांचं बळजबरी जास्त सेवन करायला देणं हे तसंही हितकारक असणार नाही. कदाचित त्याच्यामध्ये तिचं पोट बिघडू शकेल, जे आपल्याला नको.
राईट.
आणि जसं आता डॉक्टर वैजयंती म्हणाल्या, खूप तूप, खूप डिंक घातलेले, भरपूर सुकामेवा घातलेले असे वेगवेगळे पदार्थ, लाडू वगैरे हे खाल्ले जाणं. सो foods that are very high on fat content, when they are given to a slightly malnourished mother, they probably will improve her health and subsequently improve the lactation also for her. But if already healthy mother is consuming all of that, it will definitely lead to overweight and obesity in her, which is not required.
Right, because they contain more sugar and fat than the good nutrition.
So by
which is
balanced
maybe
nutrition
all your
intake,
drink
So by
or-
balanced nutrition, Samatol Ahar, we mean this. What is required, please do take that. Your doctors are there to advise you what to take more at some point of time.
Right.
But don't overdo anything, and definitely do not restrict out anything unless you are allergic to it. Unless you are not going to digest it.
So, madam, how long can a mother exclusively breastfeed? And after for the first exclusive breastfeeding, how long can she continue to breastfeed?
Right. So exclusive breastfeeding, right in the beginning, as we told, it is to be given for first 6 months of life, because now it is known that first 6 months of life, whatever nutrition baby requires, the full nutrition is available through the breastfeeding. So, and then as we looked at all those advantages which are coming because of exclusive breastfeeding, they are available to the baby. But of course, after 6 months of life, before 6 months also, if of course if the doctor feels that no, this baby is not really doing very well, not putting on weight very well, and if there is any need for supplementing that breast milk, it will be done. But please leave it to the expert to decide and do it. After 6 months of life, yes, the mother has to keep feeding her baby. After 6 months, baby will require that weaning, and weaning foods have to be started. But mother can still feed the baby, because again the nature has given her that wonderful thing in her. Till 1 year at least, she still can exclusively feed the baby also. But then no, baby's requirements are increased now. So weaning should be started, but still the feeding could be continued. And of course they say up to 2 years, mother can go on feeding the baby, and no need of giving the top milk, whatever formula or animal milk. And now of course so many places it is said, so many countries also, they say only after 1 year you can introduce animal milk. Could be, and that could be because of course the problems of allergies and infections and those other things, of course. And of course गाय का दूध गाय के बच्चे के लिए होता है, अपने बच्चे के लिए, अपने बच्चे के लिए खाली मदर का ही दूध, अपने मदर का दूध होता
तो
है.
पानी डाल के गाय का दूध देना नहीं है, गाय का दूध देना ही नहीं है.
नहीं.
Very important message. So let's talk about working mothers, Dr. Amrita. Many mothers resume their jobs after the first 6 months after the maternity leave gets over. So how can they still continue to effectively breastfeed after they resume work?
Right. So, Dr. Neha, let me offer some correction over here to your statement. In most of the work setups, every mother does not enjoy the benefit of having 6 months postpartum of maternity leave. Many mothers do have to join much before that.
Okay.
Whereas we are endorsing, Dr. Vajanti Madam just mentioned that we are endorsing exclusive breastfeeding till the completion of 6 months of age for the baby.
Right.
Yet, a mother can continue exclusive breastfeeding.
Right.
How to do that? Yes, there would be a lot of planning and support required. So here also I would take this opportunity to let all the elders, all the family members of a lactating mother know that they can offer as much of physical, emotional and practical support to a mother who is working as well as breastfeeding. What can be done is generally the day or the date, basically the time of resuming the work is known. So these practices can be started a little beforehand so that the mother and the baby get the hang of it, so do the family members who are going to care for the baby in mother's absence. The mother would also know for approximately how many hours she is going to be away from the baby. Here I would like every mother to consider not just the working hours but also the hours that are spent in commuting. So the total hours that the mother is going to be away from the baby. The mother then can decide for how many feeds approximately the baby would take during this period, and according to that she can express her milk. So again, expression of milk can be done manually, but for such number of hours, anything more than 4 to 5 hours, baby needs a lot of milk by that time. So she may use a pump and express the milk. This expressed milk can be stored in as simple as a steel vati, steel bowl or a steel dabba kind of container, simply because of the fact that steel can be 100% sterilized by simply boiling it.
Right.
And for the storage part of it, it can be stored at room temperature for 2 to 3 hours very safely in all kinds of climates. In warmer climates, definitely nothing more than 3 hours, but in cooler climates, it could be stored for as long as 4 to 5 hours also at room temperature, well covered.
Right.
If the amount is more or the hours spent away from the baby are more and more milk needs to be stored, then the milk can be refrigerated in chiller compartment for good 24 hours. It remains good with all the benefits intact. How to give this refrigerated milk to the baby when required? So the approximate time of baby's feeds can be anticipated, and the refrigerated milk can be taken out and brought to room temperature. Mind you, the bringing back to room temperature should not be done by directly heating the milk. So we indirectly heat the milk. How to do that? So place the container. So here again, having a steel container or a glass container probably will be beneficial. So place the container in a large bowl of warm water and bring it to room temperature. So this is indirect heating. Never directly heat the express specimen. Stir it well and feed the baby. Feeding this kind of express and stored milk should happen preferably all the time by vati or spoon.
Right.
If it is slightly older baby, say 5 and a half, the baby can be fed with a small vati directly or a small cup. It all depends on how comfortably the baby is taking, what suits that baby the best. Vati and spoon is universally very well accepted by the baby. This can be practiced, as I said, a little earlier than the actual resumption of work. This is happening at home with the baby. What happens to the mother while she is working? So know that we did tell you about how the breastfeed, how the lactation happens. So the mother's breast and the mother's body is producing milk only when the demand is there.
Right.
If the mother is not feeding the baby or not expressing her milk, the body perceives this as a signal that the breast milk is no longer required.
Right.
So the milk may dry up and the lactation may fade or stop or pause. To prevent this, the mother is typically advised that just before leaving for work, she gives the baby a nice proper feed from one side again, goes for work, and even at the workplace during the work timings, she expresses her milk either manually or with a pump, whichever is feasible, time to time, as if she is actually feeding the baby. So say 2 hourly, 3 hourly, whichever is feasible. If it is again feasible practically, store this express milk at the workplace. If it is not feasible, please let go of the guilt and discard the milk.
Right.
What is important is expressing the milk, keeping the lactation cycle intact of the demand to supply. The demand of the breast milk, the supply of the breast milk is directly proportional to the demand.
Right.
So let the demand come about.
Yeah.
If it is feasible for her to store at workplace, nothing like it. She can bring back all that express and stored milk from the workplace and let the baby use it in the remaining hours.
Right.
Once she is back from the work, once she is home, she can cleanse herself and prefer to feed the baby first thing before going on to do the other chores. So that way the baby gets the milk as soon as the mother is available. Also, do understand that this is going to be a transition for the baby as well. It's not just about the lactation and feeding. It may be about the emotions of the baby. As young baby, as Dr. Vajanti Madam has said, babies do have their emotions. They express by crying, and there could be various cries and all of that. So babies may perceive this not being with the mother. So babies would require the mother's touch, the mother's smell, and the direct breastfeeding. And thereafter, the baby may actually demand breastfeeding, or more frequently, or when offered the breastfeeding, suckle for longer time.
Right.
Know that these are transition things, and they may happen. Be prepared for them, anticipate them, and don't be stressed about it. So yes, even a working mother, for whatever long hours that she's working, with the support of the family. I understand most of the families could be nuclear families here, but do plan for it. Do talk to your pediatricians, plan it properly, see what the options can be exercised,
Right.
and be motivated enough to continue exclusive breastfeeding up to 6 months completion. Thereafter also, the feeding can be continued again in the same pattern, but as Dr. Vajanti Madam has mentioned, the complementary feeding can be started along with. Absolutely no need to introduce the cow's milk just for the fact that the mother is going and working. The mother can still continue breastfeeding this way. Offer the complementary feeds. Again, the schedule can be adjusted in such a way that the caregiver is giving the complementary food preparations
Right.
in the quantity mentioned, the frequency mentioned, while the mother is actually absent. And when the mother is available, mother gives maximum of breastfeeding.
Absolutely. So, madam, we have established that breastfeeding is a natural instinct and that is there in every mother. But generally, new mothers, they go through a lot of emotional turmoil, as we have already discussed previously. The anxiety, whether the feed is enough, whether the baby is growing, the guilt of what to eat, what not to eat. So, as a result, they are often confused. Some even go into postpartum depression. So, how can these psychological issues be dealt with, and how can the mother be helped in such a situation?
Right. So, not very frequently this situation occurs, of course, very fortunately,
Yes.
because the mothers are so happy to have the baby, and the full family, of course, is there always to support the mother. But postpartum depression, yes, of course, it can happen. One, because of those hormonal changes also can bring the postpartum depression. And of course, these confusions in the mind and that guilt feeling, and as you rightly were saying, it can happen. So, before the delivery, in fact, when the mother is pregnant, from there itself she has to start her preparation. आजकल तो बहुत सारे गर्भ संस्कार वर्ग होते हैं, एंटीनेटल क्लासेस लेते हैं. So maybe they're fashionable, but they're useful. They're very, very useful, so that you get the full information about what is happening there in her body and in her baby's development. And even after the baby is born, the mother then already has to know that, okay, these are the things I can do, these are the things which can go wrong, which we just now, of course, discussed all those points. So many points if she already knows. So once she can prevent those things happening, those problems coming, and even if they do come, even if the problems start, she knows, she has the answers. She's well equipped to really have the solutions. Still, of course, if she still can get, of course, confused and really feeling depressed and guilty about it. So we all have to support her for that. And she just has to know and then keep that feeling in the mind. The best of the things has happened in the world for her, and that little baby has come to her, and the whole family is going to be happy for that. The family has all the responsibility to really increase her feeling. They should not go on saying तुम्हारा दूध पूरा नहीं हो रहा है, शायद तुम्हारे ये खाने से बेबी को ऐसे हो रहा है. ये जो सब लोग थोड़ा कम करेंगे बोलना, and in fact give all these mothers, if they are prepared so well and they are so well equipped to really look after all these things and the problem solving also, give them the independence. So the elders especially, I would again request that please give them independence. Let them take their own decisions for their babies, right from when to give the feed, how to give the feed, not to give bilateral feeds, and how many times to give the feed and what to eat. So many things, in fact they know well. But just because elders को कभी कभी लगता है कि हमने इतने बच्चे तो पैदा किए और इतने तो बड़े किए तो इसने हमारी सुननी चाहिए, तो वो क्योंकि कई बार ऐसे भी होता है दैट मदर फाइनली टेल्स अस, मैडम प्लीज इसमें ना कैपिटल लेटर्स में प्लीज राइट दैट
Yes,
इफ वी शुड
absolutely.
नॉट
I totally agree.
I do write then finally all those things. डिंकाचे लाडू जास्ती देऊ नका त्याच्यामुळे, आणि though of course it is not happening की डिंकाचे लाडू खाऊन देवीला गॅस होते, but I have to write that, so both the problems are solved. So the mother's problem and the
The
baby's
baby will not
problem.
get excessive gases, the mother might get.
Mother might get, absolutely.
So don't just harp on the baby and baby's nutrition, but do look after the mother as well.
हाँ,
So positivity is a key here, and let the natural instincts take over.
take over.
Don't
Yeah.
let
Be
it.
mindful
In
about
this
it, of
scenario,
course.
there might be many of these anxieties and the guilt and the stressors that you mentioned. They may be happening with the mothers who are living in the nuclear family. They don't have any support. They don't have any elders along with them. So to them, yes, this kind of support is required. So do seek help. There is enough help
Yes.
available in your doctors. Also, I would like to mention the BPNI, the Breastfeeding Promotion Network of India, and the mother support groups that are there. Know that when you see somebody doing what you are expected to do, you feel the best supported. So there are many
Yes.
mothers who have lactated successfully, who are lactating successfully, and you would get the best guidance, probably better than the doctors at that point of time.
Absolutely.
And you will have the mental support, the psychological support. So do seek help. There is ample available. Do ask us
Yes.
and enjoy breastfeeding. Yeah.
So now we've come to the end of our fruitful discussion. Thank you, Dr. Vaijayanti Madam, and thank you, Dr. Amrita, for giving such insightful views, and I'm sure many mothers would thank you after today's session. So the Thane Academy of Pediatrics strongly endorses exclusive breastfeeding for a healthier planet and for a healthier mother-child duo. So do contact your pediatrician, do contact your gynecologist, or seek help from a lactation consultant if required. If you have any questions or any comments or any questions for our experts, you can put them in the comment box, and I'm sure we'll be more than happy to help you out. And please do like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll keep guiding you in the future with new methods and new problems and new discussions. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to Dr. Neha and thank you Thane Academy of Pediatrics.